Greetings and hello. On today's edition of Getting in Trouble with a Hammond Organ with Ryan, we're going to look at a Hammond organ that hasn't been started in about 10 years. So here we go. The reason I'm making this video is because whenever I ran into this problem, I started scouring the internet, YouTube, my normal haunts, and I didn't exactly find what I was looking for. And it's not that I got bad advice. Everything I saw was actually super helpful. But here's the problem. Hammond organs are extremely old. They're ancient, they're pieces of antique furniture at this point. If you can find one that works, great. But the problem is, most often than not, or more often than not, you're going to have an organ that's going to have some issues. So not starting is a pretty big issue, right? But we needed to be able to get to the bottom of it. Well, through YouTube and Mr. Jim Robinson, good friend of Hammond organ player, friend of mine, he helped me look at a couple things, and I actually found out the issue. So, without further ado, let's look at the back of the Hammond. So what we have here is a Hammond organ model M3 that I picked up for free on Facebook earlier this week. It's so pretty. I love this thing already. But there was a problem. The owner of the organ, it was a little Methodist church in a town about 20 minutes from where I live, they said that it wouldn't start, or wouldn't come on. So I took it off their hands, brought it home, and as you can hear, maybe, it's actually running fully operational, but there is a problem. And before we hit the problem, I'll play you a few notes. Kind of hard to play with one hand. Anyway, so it does work now. But there was an issue with this organ when I got it, and it's taken me about a couple of days to figure it out. So as you can see, and hopefully hear, the Hammond is running. Spinning, the tone wheel right there is generating. Tubes are all lit. Well, there you go. Now you can see it. So, as you know, there are two engines in the Hammond. There is a start engine and a run engine, and you can actually see them right back there, that little square with the cutout. The one to my right is the start engine, and the one to the left is the run engine. So, initially I thought this was just a case of this organ needs some oil, and that was the case. I went ahead and oiled it on Wednesday whenever I picked this guy up, but that was not the sole issue causing this thing from not starting. And again, as I was saying, there are two engines. There's a start engine, which this is the start engine. However, it's on the other side of the organ. So there's the run engine down here. And this is the vibrato scanner. Actually, the engine is right here in this gray box, this square box. And this is the vibrato scanner right here, this round guy. So this is the run engine down here. And this is the start engine. Well, lo and behold, here was my issue. So you see that little gear that's not moving on top of the gear that is moving? So whenever the start engine engages, what it's supposed to do is that little lever, you see it on the right, there's that little arm, it extends to start that tone wheel right there. What was happening was it wasn't engaging. So I actually had to have my son come out and hold or start the start engine for me. And once we got the start engines started, me holding that little arm out, it magically just worked like, like butter. Not even a problem. So now the problem is, though, I have to manually do that every time to get the organ to start. And obviously that's not what you want. We need this to be able to start on its own without having to manually do this, because this is the shield, the cover that keeps the dirt out, and I would love to put this back on as opposed to having all the exposed wires and the tone wheels and everything. So that is the next little part of this quest, and whether I get to that today, it remains to be seen. But I at least wanted to show that was the issue. And to fix it, I guess I'll just keep digging. But for now, that's what's going on. So, appreciate you watching. Thanks.